In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Pilot Metropolitan Stub Nib Fountain Pen. I'll go over the specs, I'll do a writing sample, and I'll tell you what I like and don't like about the pen coming up. Blake here with Blake's Broadcast. On this channel, I review fountain pens, paper, and ink, and as always, I put links in the show notes in the description below. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, it really helps out my channel. Alright, let's get on with the review. So this is the Pilot Metropolitan fountain pen. This is a entry-level fountain pen at about $20, and it's really quite a nice pen. It has a metal body with a black matte finish. This ring here is a shiny plastic. The clip is stainless steel. It says Pilot on one side and Japan on the other. On the back of the cap we have Pilot Japan. And it's just kind of a simple cigar-shaped design, not really flashy, very kind of subdued look. Now, it's a snap cap. There's quite a big step down between the grip section and the barrel here. I haven't found that to be uncomfortable, but some people might not like that. I know on some pens where there's a big step down, I do find them uncomfortable because where that step down is usually could be touching my finger here, and it's just creating a uncomfortable friction there. But I think for this, most people will be okay with it. Grip section's plastic. There are two seams which you can feel on the side. I don't really notice them when I'm writing with the pen, but you will feel them if you try to find them. So the nib, stainless steel nib, it says Pilot and then CM. CM I believe means cursive medium, and I'm just guessing on that. But this is sold as a stub nib, a 1mm stub nib. It's definitely not as sharp as a typical cursive nib. This is a very forgiving nib. It says Japan, pretty nice looking nib. Feed, you can see cutouts that go the length of the nib. And then this pen does post well on the back. There's no snap, but it's very secure on there when you post it. There's no issue. You're not going to have any issues of it flying off or anything like that. So it's a very good pen for posting. Now, I've read that now these pens no longer come with a converter. This is the Con B converter. It's a squeeze sack converter. There's basically this metal spring bar on the outside here. You squeeze it, and this is the exposed sack here, and it just draws ink up into the converter. This is the cheapest converter that Pilot makes. Not my favorite. I like the Con 50 and the Con 40, which are sort of their more middle range converters, which are a normal piston style converter. But this works, and it was nice that it included it with the pen, especially because this pen is so cheap at about $20. And it is a proprietary cartridge converter system, so you do have to use a Pilot converter or a Pilot proprietary ink cartridge. The good thing about Pilot ink cartridges is that they're pretty big and they come in a good number of colors, but you are stuck to their system. So let's do some measurements. So 27.9 grams. So it's not a light pen at all. Because it's made out of metal, you do get a nice weight to it. This doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like a toy like some other pens in this price range. This has some serious heft to it, and you don't pick this up and think, this is just your typical office pen. This is got some mass to it. Now, about 18 grams uncapped. It's a nice weight. I find that this pen is comfortable to write with both posted and unposted. So I can write a pretty long time with this pen posted. It's got a nice balance to it. It's not too tall. Let's do length here. 137 millimeters capped, approximately. Posted, about 155 millimeters. Uncapped, 126 millimeters. So it's a nice size pen. Just as a comparison, here it is against a Lamy Safari and a Zebra Sarasa Dry, which is kind of a typical cheap plastic pen. In terms of width, at about the widest point, we're looking at about 12.9 millimeters. Uncapped, at the kind of where it tapers down, so this will be the thinnest part, 8.3 millimeters, and the top of the grip section up here, we're looking at about 10. So it tapers down quite a bit, about 2 millimeters. I do find this is quite a comfortable pen. This isn't a fat grip section, but it's not super skinny either. And you can also, you can grip it further up the section too. There's space there because it is a nice long grip section that you can hold it up a little bit further if you need that wider grip section. Okay, so that is the size and weight of the pen. Let's go on to the writing sample. Let's do the writing sample. So this is a Pilot Metro. This is the stub. And this is Hiroshi Zuku yama-budo. Let's try some fast writing. Yeah. Yep. Perfect performance. This is a pen that doesn't skip. It starts up right away. And for a stub, it's really easy to use. This is a pen that I think is suitable for people new to fountain pens. It's very forgiving. It's not sharp really at all, but you do get a nice character to your writing because it is a stub. So, the horizontal strokes are very thin and the vertical ones are very wide, and then when you hold it at an angle, you get character for your writing. It doesn't really make any sense to do reverse writing on a nib like this because it's not a point. You're not really gaining anything by turning it over. It won't make it thinner. It will just write worse, and yeah, there's just no reason to be doing that. Now, if we do measurements, this is supposed to be a 1 millimeter stub. So it looks pretty close to that. I'm probably gonna make a mess here. Yep, I did make a little bit of mess. Yeah, about 1 millimeter, and the thinner line is something like 3.4 millimeters wide. So it's quite a big difference between the wide and the thin here. Really nice, really fun nib. Okay, so that's the writing sample. So what are my pros and cons for the Pilot Metropolitan with stub nib? Biggest pro is that this pen is fun. The stub nib gives your writing a nice expression and line variation. It's smooth, it's easy, it's suitable for a beginner fountain pen user. It's really an excellent stub nib. The other big thing is that it's $20, it's very affordable, and it feels high quality. It's a metal body, it's very nicely made like most Pilot products. It's very good value for money, and it's fun. And I have some very expensive pens, and I really enjoy using this pen, even though it's, you know, on the very affordable end of the spectrum. It's just a really good, fun pen. I also like the snap cap, and I like the understated look. Now, in terms of cons, there is a relatively big step down to the section here. I don't personally find it uncomfortable, but some people might find that uncomfortable. I know I've had pens with a big step down, and if it hits my finger just right, it is super uncomfortable. So it's something, you know, worth trying. I think it'll work for most people, but that step down could be a problem for some. The other con is now it no longer comes with a converter. It does fit any of Pilot's converters, so you can always buy one after the fact, but you are stuck to Pilot's proprietary cartridge converter system. They do have nice size cartridges in, I think, 7 different colors or something like that. So you do get good options inside that cartridge ecosystem, but you can easily add the Pilot Con B or Con 20 or Con 50 to this pen. But it's too bad it didn't come with it because, again, for $20 with converter, that was an even better deal. Now, in terms of other cons, this isn't a very exciting pen to look at. It's not got a lot of personality. Yes, you can get some different ones with patterns on this plastic ring here, but it's not a wow. It's not a design icon like the Kaweco Sport is or the Lamy Safari is. This is a very understated pen. So that could be a con for some people. So that is the Pilot Metropolitan with stub nib. Do you guys have this pen? Do you like this pen? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more fountain pen, paper, and ink videos, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much, and until next time.